Today we're going to work on the dome some more. We're kind of going to start from scratch. So this is my first basic drawing that we would use that was given to you. It gives you the angles. And then this is the other drawing that's really good that you have in what's provided. If you scroll all the way down in that drawing, it tells you that the height of the dome is 10.51. Since we're doing everything divided by 4, that's what we'll do. So we put a sketch on here. Start off up there, and I'll dimension it as 10.51 divided by 4. And then this diameter is 18.16. We only want half of it. So I'll dimension that. So 18.16, I think, divided by 2 because we only want half, and then we'll divide it by 4 to make it what we want. I'm going to have it come out. Just something like that. Now keep in mind that for this drawing, if you look at it, we're only talking about from here up. We're not talking about these lines here. So if we do every single, section, we're going to look at it. So this first section starts at 0, right? This angle, if you look at all of these angles around, we're starting at 0. So this angle, 0 degrees, has these two lines, and we'll worry about this later. We'll worry about that later. So we're going to work on these kind of lines. Okay, now this drawing here shows us where that's at. It shows us from, we want it from here to there, but it gives us a little bit more. So we'll have to do a little bit of math to do that. Okay, so to do that math, to find this spot, you would do 8.5 minus 1, so we don't want that, minus 0.566 minus 0.2. Then those distances are minus 0.125 minus 0.048. We'll divide that by 4. That'll be the first distance. And we'll make that distance from here to here. Let's try that again. Okay. Now the height of this we can get by just subtracting these two things. So that's 10.09 minus 8.5 divided by 4. We'll do that same 0.02. Okay, and The final little part is we're going to trim that away. Trim that away. Now we'll do the same thing below. So right up here is 0.2. So we'll do 0.2 divided by 4. And this opening again is going to be 0.02. It's just kind of arbitrary. And we'll do another set of lines. And that distance is 3.095 divided by 4. This distance will be 0.02. We'll trim that away. We'll trim that away. And finally, now we can revolve it. Now we don't want to revolve it fully. We want to do one direction. And if we look, it's going to be 12.15. We're going to do 1 degree less to make the line in here. We're going to do 1 degree less to make that line, that vertical line in here. So we'll do 11.5. Okay. Now we have to make a line for this part, but this one continues. If you look, see how this keeps going, but this one stops. So we'll put a sketch on here. We'll press project geometry. We're going to use project geometry a lot. And to make the line, all we're going to do is we're going to kind of cut this section out because we want a single line in there. Okay, and so we'll press revolve. We'll click on it, and see how that's not included now? And remember how we did 1 degree less? Now we'll include that degree. So it'll be 1 extra degree. Okay, and now it has a section that's been cut out. Okay, the next part, if you look, is a closed part of it, right? So that's 1.5 degrees, and that's closed. Okay, and this continues. So we'll put another sketch on here. We'll press project geometry. And like we want this to be filled in. So now this time, we're going to use, after we use project geometry, we're going to use our arc. And I like to click like 1 point away from it. So click that and that. And then I'm going to actually use that middle point that I originally skipped. Okay, and when I go around now, when I press revolve, I'm going to use that axis. Okay, again, not full one direction. That was 1.5 degrees. 12.5 minus 14 is 1.5. And I forgot something. I got to include that section that we just took out, that we just added. Okay, and look how it's all perfect in there. Okay. Our next section will be right here. And that one looks a little bit different, but this is still the same. It's still really nice. It's the same. So I'm going to have to kind of dimension this stuff over here. But we'll start off with one big line. Okay, so just like before, we're going to put a sketch here. I really like projecting geometry. And if you remember, there's two boxes. So we'll start off with this box here. And then there's another one up here somewhere. I don't really know where it is. We'll dimension it in a minute. So right here, that's great. And let's find out where are those dimensions. So I don't see that there. So we'll have to scroll down. Oh, look, it's right here. And it's really nice this time we don't have to do as much math because it's given to us. And again, we'll divide everything by 4 except for the angles. So from here to here. And this one tells you from there again, so that's that number there. And we'll do this part, which is that. And then we'll do, the wrong one, this top part, which is that. I messed it up because that's like an angle there by accident. And that's okay. Sometimes you just got to put the points there. That happens. Divided by 4. And just like before, we're gonna basically use these as like a single degree when we rotate it. So I'll press revolve. That's weird. It like didn't actually connect this part. So I'll have to go back. Maybe, oh yeah, you can see I messed that up. I didn't put it right on there, right? So I'll go back in the drawing. And I can add a line, and that happens. Let's see if that works. Yep. So full, we'll do one direction, and we'll do 1 degree again. Okay. And then the final part of the video I'm going to show you is to add the lines. So we first did these lines here, and now we have to make those parts. So I'll go back. Just like every time I press project geometry. And I personally like to use the arc tool. Okay, I'm just going to have that as kind of a placeholder. last one. Then I'll dimension them. And all of these kind of lines there, the thickness of those lines, I've been doing as 0.02. So that's what we'll do. Oop, messed that one up, and that's cool. We can just delete it. Try it one more time. 2. Then I'll trim this away. Because that's what we're going to still leave out. But we still want this box inside of it. So I press revolve. And I'm going to include that. We'll revolve around an axis. Okay. And now I'll change it from full to one direction. So this goes from here to there. So that's 26 minus 14, right? But we have to account for these lines. So we'll do minus 2 more. One for the first one that we already did and one in preparation for the other one. So we'll revolve that 10 degrees. And if you notice, those lines are now there. Okay? We can kind of just finish this part up since we're already here. If you're still struggling with it, press project geometry. Then I'm going to put in that line. And put in that line. And actually, this also finishes. If you look at the drawing, right here, this finishes too. So we'll do that for the top too. So I'll go back in there. I'm going to revolve this. I'll show you where the axis is. And just like before, for those lines, we'll do 1 degree. Okay. And then put a sketch here, project geometry. We'll use my arc. And this time, because it's like all of this needs to kind of finish up, I put it like that. Press revolve. Include that, include that, include that. And we'll look to see, oh, this is going to be 26 minus 19.5, which is 3.5. So now you should be able to kind of do this on your own. At least that's my hope. If you have any questions, please let me know.